Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to 한글먹방. I hope you guys still hungry because I have a lot of delicious Hangul. I'm trying to make my content interesting and not feel like educational video because it's kind of bored if I just teach Korean, and I can even teach Korean, but I just want to share my Korean knowledge and native Korean skills to whom interested in Korean. All my site is full of which videos I can make and which contents I can make. So while I'm thinking, if you guys see my first video, if you didn't watch it, please check my first video because I introduce myself and what's the goal and why I make this channel, something like that. Anyway, if you guys watch my first video, remember what I said, the most important thing learning language for me? The contents. Yes, so I watched tons of drama videos and English YouTubers, and also listen to a lot of pop songs. Listening pop songs and just expose it to English environment helps me to learn that language. So I thought, why not flip it around? If pop song help me with English, maybe they can also help you guys learn Korean. So that's why I make today's video. As you can expect, I already write the titles on my bag. I was thinking that which song I can introduce you guys, show some of the Hangul. First, I thought like maybe K-pop or some popular song of Korean idol like BTS or something. And then I looked through my playlist. And do you know what was the frequent songs that I listen to these days? Yes, Defying Gravity. Have you guys seen the musical Wicked or the movie Wicked these days? It's everywhere now. But before I knew the movie or the musical Wicked, I knew this song first. But the funny thing is, I listened to Defying Gravity not from broadcast, not from the original recording. I get this song from the Glee.
It's time to try defying gravity. I just don't know by defying gravity.
Something about the lyrics and the melody just hits me. Even without knowing the full storylines, it feels like a song about breaking free, taking a leap, and believing in yourself. So it's one of the songs that just gives me energy. There is some kind of a songs that you blast when you need a confidence boost. So today, I wanted to take this powerful song and see what if we turned it into Korean? Can we keep the same feeling, same vibe, and same emotional impact in Korean lyrics? If it's not, how can we make it sound natural while keeping the same emotional impact? And here's the important notice before we start the real video to help you get to the point right away. And since it's one of my favorite songs, I will be singing a little along the way. I cannot promise for vocals because I'm not a good singer. But hey, we are here for lyrics, right? And just remind you, it's not word-for-word translation. We're gonna for nature Korean lyrics, so that means we have to tweak things a bit. And I already listened to the Defying Gravity in Korean lyric version, and it sounds so beautiful. And I watched the clips like over 100 times. So I promise it would be great Korean studying and also great songs. I'm sure that you will gonna add these songs in your playlist. Alright, so we have to start with the iconic first verse because this part sets the whole mood. This is real mic, but I didn't put on an echo on it because, you know, my recording setup is not the best. So I will just hold it for the vibe, okay? Honestly, I couldn't memorize the whole lyrics. I will try to eye contact with you guys while singing, but referring this lyrics a little. Thanks for understanding in advance. So let's start. The original lyrics goes like this. Something has changed within me. Something is not the same. I'm through with playing by the rules of someone else's game. So if we translate it from word for word translation, it's 내 안에 뭔가 변했어. 뭔가 같지 않아. 나는 다른 사람의 게임 규칙 따르는 걸 끝냈어. This is technically correct, but the melody and the lyrics, yeah, it don't match at all. So it completely loses the emotional impact of original songs. How I translate it, something is 무언가, 뭔가, something, 무언가, and 같지 않아 is not, is 않아, X, and 같은, it's same. So something is not the same. Is 뭔가가 같지 않아. Technically, it's right. But in Korean, it feels a little different. We say 뭔가가 같지 않아. For example, if you like rearrange your furniture and now you feel a little bit weird. That is the situation that we use 뭔가가 같지 않아. Basically in English, something is not the same means feels a little different. Like something inside has shifted. And the second part, 나는 다른 사람의 게임 규칙 따르는 걸 끝냈어. The letters are already long. The original writing was like playing by rules of someone else. So I changed it to the rules. Rules is 규칙. So that makes it sounds like I rage and I quit video game or something. So I'm through with I changed it to 따르는 걸. But 따르는 걸 끝냈어, it sounds weird too. It's like 끝냈어, it feels like I finished my homework or something. Okay, now let's make it natural Korean lyrics version goes. 뭔가가 Oh, I forgot the mic. 뭔가가 달라졌어. 내 안에 무언가. 이젠 의미 없어. 남들이 정한 규칙들. First, instead of 변했어, which means I changed, I used 달라졌어. Which means became different. Because in Korean, 달라졌어, it sounds more deep and emotional change. It's not just change. It's like a whole transformation. And instead of 나는 다른 사람의 규칙을 따르는 걸 끝냈어, we rewrote it as 이젠 의미 없어. 남들이 정한 규칙들. 이젠 의미 없어 means it has no meaning anymore. Which sounds more poetic than just saying I'm done. And 남들이 정한 규칙들 means 규칙들, rules set by others. This feels more like a breaking free from society's expectation rather than just quitting a literal game. Alright, so let's move on to the next part. Too late for second guessing. Too late to go back to sleep. First, let's go super literal. Too late. 너무 늦었다. For second guessing. 다시 생각하기엔 너무 늦었어. Too late to go back to sleep. 다시 잠들기엔 너무 늦었어. Okay, so second guessing means like doubting yourself and thinking again. Literally rethinking your decision. Direct translation would be 다시 생각하기엔 to think again. Too late. 너무 늦었다. Too late to go back to sleep. Too late also 너무 늦었어. To go back to sleep literally means back to sleep. 잠들다. To fall asleep. So 다시 잠들기엔 너무 늦었어. Yeah, it sounds okay, but somehow like I miss my bedtime. So in English, this lines means more than just sleeping. It's about waking up to a new realization and never going back. But in Korea, if I say 잠들다, so 다시 잠들기엔 너무 늦었어, it really sounds like I had too much coffee, so now I can sleep. 난 깨어나 버렸어. 돌아가긴 늦었어. Now, instead of just saying too late to rethink, I change it to 난 깨어나 버렸어, which means I have woken up. But here it's not just waking up from sleep, but it's realizing something huge and never being able to go back. And instead of 다시 잠들기엔 돌아가긴 너무 늦었어, which means it's too late to go back. It sounds way more natural in Korean. It gives a feeling that I come too far to return the past. This was just the first part. How was it? Yeah, it sounds beautiful in Korean, right? It's not word for word translation, but if we change it to natural Korean version, this song still keep giving me some power. So let's keep going. It's time to trust my instincts, close my eyes and leave. It's time to trust my instincts. It's time to 무엇 할 시간이야. Trust, 믿을 시간. It's time to trust, 믿을 시간이야. My instincts. Instincts, we say 직감 or 본능 in Korean. But 본능, it sounds like an animal instinct. So normally we use 직감 when we're talking about gut feeling. So 이제는 내 직감을 믿을 시간이야. Yeah, it sounds okay. And let's move on to the next part. Close my eyes and leave. Close my eyes literally means my eyes. 눈, close, 감다. 눈을 감고 and leap means jump. So 뛰어내려. 눈을 감고 뛰어내려. Eek, no thanks. 내 직감을 따를래. 눈을 꼭 감고. Okay, so now let's change it to supernatural Korean lyrics. 이제는 내 직감을 믿을 시간이야. Instead of saying trust my feelings in a deep way, I change it to 내 직감을, my instincts, 따를래. So the verb 따를래 means to follow. So it literally means I will follow my gut feeling. It sounds way more natural in Korean, right? And instead of 눈을 감고 뛰어내려, I change it to 내 눈을 꼭 감고. Yeah, this literally means close my eyes tightly. And it sounds more like, okay, I'm preparing myself for something big and huge event, not literally jumping a building. Okay, now we are getting into the real powerful part of the song, the moment where she literally decides to defy gravity. It's time to try defying gravity. I think I'll try defying gravity and you can pull me down. 이제 시도할 시간이야. 중력을 거스르는 걸. 나는 시도해볼까 생각해. 중력을 거스르는 걸. 그리고 너는 나를 끌어내릴 수 없어. Okay, this one really doesn't work. So first of all, it's time. Again, it's time. 무엇 할 시간이야. To try. 시도할. So 이제 시도할 시간이야. It's technically correct, but it sounds too formal for a dramatic song moment. And also the third part, after defying gravity, I will try. 나는 생각해. To try. 시도해 볼까. So 나는 시도해 볼까 생각해. This is also correct, but it sounds like too hesitate. Like, are we defying gravity or just thinking about it? And then the last part, we have 너는 나를 끌어내릴 수 없어. Which does mean that you can't, 너는 you 할 수 없어. Can't 끌어내릴 수 없어. Pull me, 나를 down. 끌어내릴 수 없어. This part is very important, but it doesn't give off some I'm breaking free feeling. Now, it's time to make more natural while keeping the epic energy. As we translate, like, you know how sometimes English is long and Korean is short, or vice versa? This part is exactly like that. Korean lyric version is but little shorter than English version. But the impact and the feeling, emotional, and that breaking free vibe is much harder than before. 날아올라 중력을 벗어나 하늘 높이 날개를 펼 거야 날 막을 순 없어. Instead of 이제 시도할 시간이야, it's time to try, we went with 날아올라, which means fly up, fly up. So in English it's weird, but in Korean, 날아올라, it sounds like more dramatic and more powerful than before. And our title, Defying Gravity, I changed it to 중력을 벗어나, which means escape from the gravity. Actually, the direct translation of defy is 거스르다 in Korean, but like 벗어나다, which means escape. This sounds more smoother and more poetic in Korean. I'll think, I'll try, I'll think. 나는 생각해. To try. 시도해볼까. So instead of 나는 시도해볼까 생각해, because it sounds too hesitate, so we just go straight to the action. 하늘 높이 날개를 펼 거야. Which means I will spread my wings high into the sky. Yes, this keeps the same feeling, but like my action, it sounds like more powerful and like more inspiring vibe, right? And finally, the last part, and you can pull me down. 날 끌어내릴 순 없어. Instead of that, we go for short and strong and powerful version, like 날 막을 순 없어, which means you can't stop me. Super simple, but it's just as powerful as and you can pull me down. I'm through accepting limits, cause someone say they're so. Okay, so let's move on to next part. I'm through accepting limits. 난 한계를 받아들이는 걸 끝냈어. Cause someone say they're so. 누군가 그랬다고 말했기 때문이지. Yeah, this sounds super weird, right? I'm through accepting limits. Limits. If we translate limits in Korean, we can say 한계. Through, in this case, I change it to I'm done with something. So I translate it as 끝냈어, which means I finished. Considering this powerful impact and breaking free vibes, it doesn't match at all. And here goes for the second line. Oh boy. Yeah, it's way too long. 왜냐면 누군가 그것이 그랬다고 말했기 때문이야. Okay, so now I'm debuted as rapper. 왜냐면 누군가 그것이 그랬다고 말했기 때문이야. It literally means because someone says that it is so. Yeah, but it sounds like I'm tattling on someone on my mom. Technically correct, but it's way too awkward to use in real lyrics. 한계는 무너졌어. 내 길을 갈 거야. So 한계 is still here, but instead of I finish it accepting them, I made it more powerful, like 한계는 무너졌어. 한계, the limits has 무너졌어. Collapse. The limit has collapsed. Now it's actually feel like breaking free instead of just I finished something. Instead of the long awkward sentence, I will not repeat it. I can't even memorize what was it. 내 길을 갈 거야. Which means I will go my own way. It's short, strong, and it sounds actually like you sing a song. Some things I cannot change, but till I try, I'll never know. And the next part is also very funny if I translate it word for word. Let's go for super literal version first. Some things I cannot change. 어떤 것들은 내가 바꿀 수 없어. But till I try, I'll never know. 하지만 내가 시도할 때까진 결코 그 누구도 알 순 없어. Woof, this makes me real headache. Too much grammar, too much complicated. Some things I cannot change. So 어떤 것들 is some things or certain things 내가 바꿀 수 없어. I can't change them. And second part, I think this is the funniest part when we directly translate it to Korean lyrics. But till I try. 하지만 but till. Till means 뭐뭐까지. Till I try. 하지만 내가 시도할 때까지는 I will never know. 나는 never, 결코 no, 알 수 없어. So it literally means but until I try, I can never know. I mean, yes, this is very much accurate and exact, but who would actually say this? Remember, we're singing 시도하기 전엔 그 누구도 알 순 없어. Instead of the super long sentence, I change it to 시도하기 전엔, which means before trying, and I use 그 누구도 할 수 없어, which means no one can ever know. So now it's short, poetic, and gives off the inspirational vibe. Alright, so today, as our new series, it can be a series if you guys liked my video. This song is a little bit long, so I cut in half. This would be part 1, and if you guys like my video, and if you really wish to make it part 2, I will definitely make it. And if you have some Korean songs or some songs want to change into Korean lyrics, Please tell me. I will make this series. Anyway, so today we use legendary song to study Korean. This would be the interesting way to learn Korean. Not only from textbook, but from listening to Korean songs. You can also catch the Korean lyrics. So today we talked about direct and natural translation. And honestly, making things sounds natural and smooth in another language, that's the high level. But as I said on my first video, the more you are exposed to Korean content, fun content like 한글먹방, the more natural Korean will start to click on you. So I hope you had fun. And I always wish, while I'm filming my video, I always wish that all of my contents, every details will be helpful to you. I will keep thinking about what I'm gonna make for more interesting topic. So until next time, 안녕!